I was shocked. You never think that you're going to have to cover a story like this in sports.
Shawn was not supposed to be home that weekend.
Was Shawn being stalked by anybody?
A lot of people didn't know the real story about who Shawn Taylor really was. I'm gonna make it right.
Wow. What you just saw there is a clip from the new ID series, Game Day Murders. An upcoming episode is about DC sports legend Shawn Taylor.
And the host is a very familiar face here at NBC4. Our friend and former colleague, Lindsay Czarniak, is
like
back
old
with us. So
times.
great to see you
It's
again.
at my old
oh my
spot.
gosh, exactly. The set was twice as big when you were here.
I had a chair, but this
There
is
was
great.
a chair. Now we don't have gone. We can't afford chairs anymore, Lindsay. So let's shift back because we just saw this dramatic and very moving clip there. Tell us a little bit about Game Day Murders. It's sort of an intersection between sports and true crime, right?
It is, exactly. And that's what it is. It's a series, sports and true crime, these stories that have that intersection, and it's all different sports. So when we started on this journey, I honestly was like, how are we going to find so many stories, especially in marquee sports that we haven't heard about? Obviously, Shawn Taylor's is one that we've all lived through, but I think I was blown away by that, you know, by how many there are. But also, one of the things that has interested me most about digging into this is just the culture of sports also, and that's kind of what my role is to be a conduit about here's the culture, here's what, you know, the ins and outs of that sport is like. So it's a really different role, but it's been really interesting, you know?
That has been fascinating.
Yeah.
Let's dig a little bit deeper into this. We all know how this final episode ends. Shawn Taylor was murdered at his home in Florida in 2007. You covered it. We were here when this happened. What was it like for you to actually go back and revisit that?
I mean, you know, it was wild. It's emotional because you think about the story in itself and what that meant and what happened. It was hearing these other people who have spoken, hearing from his mom, you know, understanding a little bit of what context people have lent that we haven't heard before about him as the teammate. I mean, I had one of his teammates say people didn't know that he was a man that had just found his faith. There's different things, and I think you guys know this. I think there's a lot. He was polarizing in some ways, right? And so this is very much about his legacy also, and Santana talking about it, but also other characters that are in this really speak to the person that he was, not only on the field but also off the field, the person that he was really becoming, that they saw. And so that was something that was really meaningful, and I thought powerful, but also some of the things that they shared, the 911 tapes, things like that you haven't heard before, it was it's jarring. And I just remember, I don't know how you guys felt during this time, but that was my first experience with watching a team grieve. You know, it's something when everyone knows obviously about when someone deals with loss. Watching a group of men go through that from, you know, any role there with that team, but that was something that I think really kind of shaped me in terms of moving forward in the way I saw things.
He was, of course, part of their family. So you covered it here, you covered it there. Of course, he was a huge star here, and in South Florida, the story was huge. But around the country, you went back and covered this again. Did you learn anything new? Are viewers going to get some glimpses into what may have happened?
I think that people will find out and be able to really kind of build their own thoughts about, okay, was this connected? How connected was it to things in the past, right? So I think that there are some of those questions that are answered a bit. So yes, and there are new things that haven't been seen or heard or shared. So yeah, I do think for sure. And one of the biggest things is hearing from his mom, hearing from people that are talking about, you know, what their experience was with him, especially right before this happened. So
personal story.
Can't wait to see that because we know how big Shawn Taylor was for all of us, and I'm just so happy that you're back here, back in the studios, which is fantastic. I know this has changed since you came back last.
I walked in and I was telling my friend, I'm like, I gotta turn around because they took me upstairs and showed me the sports machine sign. I'm like, I mean, this is where I met Melvin. I'm entirely, I know. I mean, I know.
It all started.
I'm serious. I know. So don't get me started.
Keep going with that. let's pull the
And
string.
a little bit's happened since then, right?
I know. So
Wow.
yeah, but it's great. And the irony is, I'm back like physically in town to do the IndyCar race.
Yeah, right.
So now it's my worlds converging because when I was working here, George let me go and do motorsports on the side. I didn't think he was going to do that.
Right.
I remember being nervous, and he let me do it. And so now it's like Kurt Busch and all these people that are part of that world that are here. And then Kurt was here yesterday, and I was like, this is just
It's coming full.
Not
circle.
normally here.
universe.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you.
It's
so good to see you. And
Oh
you
my God.
saw in our nice little museum that we have out front there, like you're prominent.
Oh, you're
in
very
that.
prominent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm going to have to wait for the wheel to
You
turn.
bring
and
the
get
star quality to it. Yeah, you do have to wait. It's on loop.
But I mean, since we're talking about it, that was part of what got me initially, because then I'm looking at the video and it's George and Vance and Doreen and then and Susan and I mean, wow. This
But
is
I
just such a
remember when
special
George
place.
went down
Takes
to
you right
Miami,
back.
and boy, did I meet somebody. And he did a live shot with you down there, and the next thing we knew,
You were here.
in Washington,
Yeah.
where you grew up. And your
yeah, where I
family's
grew up.
here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
my
that's
gosh.
another thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
I know.
We're not going to make
Water
it sound
works.
right. Let's start, and then I'm going to button it up.
Yes,
Melvin and I
okay.
talk about this.
Yes.
Melvin had spent 6 years in Columbia at his hometown.
Yes,
That's where he was before he came here. And so then I had been a lot of other places randomly, and then my trajectory got me here to my hometown. And then when we both left,
Well,
and that's so
but that's
sad.
the
And
way
started your own
it's where
family,
you were
so it's
supposed to
great.
meet. It's where you were supposed to meet
Yeah.
and start that journey together.
At the right time.
So how wonderful.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely.
Please give Craig our best.
it.
And your family here our
God,
best
thank
too.
you. Thank you.
And your growing kids too, your beautiful
God.
children. And
Thank you.
congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
huge position at CBS Sports.
Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. And you guys too. And good,
We're watching you everywhere.
Congratulations to all of you and your family.
What else can
Thank
we
you.
say that makes you,
I know.
Right.
keep it going? Keep it
Let's
going.
try it.
I was like, I just got to make it through.
Have you lost a pet any time recently?
No, we
Anything?
still
Yeah.
have him, so that's good. Miles,
make
yes,
him
yeah,
star.
Irish
Yes.
Beagle. He's very.
I love
You
that.
guys are the best. This
Thank
is
you.
so
Great
nice.
to see
Thank
you,
Looking forward
Lindsay.
to. We're
So
looking
Thanks for
forward
stopping
Have
to
fun
the
this weekend.
series.
Watch out
Oh,
for
it's gonna be
rain
big this
for the
weekend.
Tell me.
on the route on Saturday. A little worried about that.
Okay.
Dress for rain.
They'll put on the wet tires. It'll be fine, but
They'll
make
do
sure
the
you have
wet tires.
make
Hopefully
sure you're
you'll have
undercover.
like a
7
covering there.
flyovers, you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
and then they've got an Eagle flyover thing. Like this is like wild. Our production meeting this morning,
Yeah.
I was like, I have never been a part of a sports event that's like this, where it's never
big.
been done.
It's gonna be incredible.
Okay. And
That's
you're
a
like,
first. You're right. Wow.
It'll be huge. Well,
Maybe
we'll
I'll
be-
need these. I'm gonna-
that and an umbrella.
Lindsay, thanks so much.
guys are the
So
best.
be sure we're going to be watching Game Day Murders on ID. It is also streaming, folks, on HBO Max.
Oh, wow.
And the Shawn Taylor episode debuts August
Yes.
31st. Lindsay, thanks for stopping by.
Oh
so great to see you. It's like it was yesterday.
I know.
Exactly.
She doesn't change.
And I love when you pop up on the Today Show every once in a while. you know?
Thank you. I love to heckle Melvin.
It's so much fun. All right, I got to talk about the rain. I'm gonna